Hello, Math 159 student. This is part 2 of chapter 6.2, looking at working with the probability distribution of a normal random variable x. And in the second part, we want to find the cutoff x value for top or bottom percentage. Find cutoff for top and percentage. If someone tells you the top percentage or left area, so let's say left area is on the left side, those are bottom or lowest percentage. On the top, they are on the on the right side, so this is a top percent. So if someone gives you this percentage or an area, so how do you find the level, right? Or find the cutoff values. So our tools is again use StatCrunch. So it is the reverse of what we just did in part 1. In part 1, we used StatCrunch, calculators, normal. And then you set the mean and standard deviation to what is given. And then you use the probability range, blank range. You blank it out, whatever that is left or right, and then you input the percentage here, percent or area here, and then you do compute. So if you do this, then the answer would be in the range. The answer for cutoff of x will be in the range, the blank range, in the blank range area. Okay. So so in the past you input your range and you find percentage or probability. Now you input your percentage and you get your area, your cutoff in x. And in this case, there's only two cases, left or right, right? So left area and for left area, and then if you have right area. So we can kind of go over this by drawing the picture. The picture would be, so you would say, oh, I have a bottom percentage. It corresponds to something like that, right? And my area is on the left side all the way to the end. So there's a corresponding percentage. If it's greater than 0.5, you know that you need to start from here. If it's less than, if this area is less than 0.5, it's all on the left side. And for the right area, you do the same thing. Use black, and then you but your area is on the right. So you put your area on the right. Okay, so your percentage would be on the right side here. And then this is your cutoff that you don't know. This is your cutoff that we don't know. Of course, we have the mean in the middle. And we have the mean in the middle. So we call this is the right area. So all these x are greater than that, greater than this cutoff, so that the total area is what is given. So to do it, let's just visualize it with StatCrunch. That means you use your stat calculator, normal. And in this case, you enter your just a standard deviation, and then you want it to graph your tick mark correctly with mu, standard deviation plus 1 plus 2 standard deviation correctly by clicking this. Then to do the left side, let's say, oh, what is a little lower than, so maybe we just say 50. That is the probability. But if I want to know the area, I just want 0.05. I will do it this way. Okay, so you put your left area on this box and then you just click. And if you want a right area, you put your right area on this box. So let's say 0.0. You can say 0.06. And what is the cutoff? Oh, the cutoff is this number. So that's what you do. It corresponds to the answer actually tells you whether it is on the left or on the right. So the command you use in StatCrunch is you always use the standard option. You say probability of X is on the left, and then you blank it. And you go to your percentage. Oh, or you go to the area in decimal. Your left area in decimal. And then you do compute. Okay. And for this side, you will say also StatCrunch. Then you say X is greater than this number, and then the right area. You go to the right area, you input it in the probability area, probability box, and then you do compute. So this is kind of the method. So let's do an example. I'm going to do two examples. The first example is what is the cutoff for top 5% of an IQ score? So put it over here. Example 1. Let's make it a little bigger. 16. So we have X being an IQ score and is normal with mean 100 and standard deviation of 15. What's the cutoff for the top 5% of IQ score? So like all normal distribution question, I always like to draw the normal curve so that I know that I didn't make a mistake. So we would do, what we can do is we can say, draw it here, underneath here, and you say, well, 100 in the middle, 115. Okay, so top is 130, but where is 5%? Is it behind 130? That I'm really not sure. So just try your best. Just to figure out, is it below 130? We don't really care, the StatCrunch calculator, but we know it is on this side because it's a top percentage. So we have to find X. So this is not X. This is the percentage. Percentage is area. So a common mistake is to think of X is 0.05, but it's not. The top percent. Whenever you see percent, you know it is area. So this means that you have the area, which is in the top already, and you want to find the cutoff of X. You want to find X. So to do it, we would use this normal calculator, 115. And we say it is on the top, so I point to the greater than sign, blank this out, and you say I want 0.05. Press enter, is 124.67. So the answer is here, 124.67. Okay, so put the answer down. You say, well, probability that X is greater, or X, say probability of X is greater blank is equal to 0.05. So X cutoff is 124.67. That's the first question. The second question is about finding a range of X that is the top and bottom. Okay, so make this a little bigger, because when I have it, it was small. I think it's easier if we have this. So move it up a little bit. Given the height of male is normally distributed with mean 69 inches and standard deviation of 3.8 inches, what is the range of height that is bottom 5% and top 5%? I would say actually not the range, but like kind of the cutoff of heights at the bottom 5% and top 5%, or you can say from the bottom 5% to top 5%. So excluding the top and bottom. So for method 1, we would use X is greater than, X is less than, because we already know how to do this. Bottom is on the left side, top is on the right side. So we just do it. 68, right? And what was it? Oh, 69 and 3.8. 69 and 3.8. Just click it first so it show up, and then so that we have this all in the right way. So let's do the left percentage. Blank this one. Left is 0.05. 62.7. So we say X is left cutoff or the bottom cutoff. 62.7 inches. What's the top cutoff? So we go back, but switch this to the right side. Blank this out, but this will change to another number, 0.05. Compile 75.25. Okay, so the top percentage, top cutoff is 72.25 inches. So this is the method that we can do because you do it left and right. Method 2, use in between. Use the in between option. So recognizing that because your top and bottom percent are actually the same, so we can recognize that it is like a two-tail kind of question where you have equal two tails. So when you are doing in between, you actually have two sides that are the same. So what happened is we would draw this picture and you say, well, I have 5% here. So let's use blue for the area. Oopsie. Um, it's not blue. And then this is the left and this is the top. This is the top percent on the right side. This is the left on the left side. And we just need both of them. And you notice that actually that means if this is 5%, 0.05, this top 0.05, I have both of them the same, then this part is 1 minus 2 times of 0.05, right? So the middle is 1 minus 2 times of 0.05. I could actually do an in between where I say I don't know both of them, but I know this is 1 minus 2 times of 0.05. I actually asked them to compute 2 at the same time with the middle percentage of 90%. In our case, it's 90%, right? So we say this is equal to 90%, 0.9, and they will give us the cutoff. So that's what we'll do. So you would use the in-between option, StatCrunch, between, and then you say probability of blank greater than X, less than also blank, and then say this is 1 minus 2 times 0.05. And after you compute, you would get the same answer. Left cutoff is 62.7. Right cutoff is 72.25. Let's look at it. So you compute, 62.7, 72.25. And that's how you do your the two example.